afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Propagandacast with me, your host, Imperial Dane, Master Propaganda, Hero Psych Defender of the Fatherland, your Lord and Master, a modern-day Atlas carrying the world on his shoulders to give you the daily propaganda that will save your souls forever, all eternity. Off here till 1 vs 1 on Crossroads. The setting is 1944, somewhere around the Hürtgen Forest. The German army with the 288th Infantry Division digs in, ready to repulse the vile American invader in the north. We got Luke Praystone here with the 14th Armored Division, tasked with Patton himself to break through and smash these silly little Nazis into pieces. We got his Storm Doctrine, Mobile Defense and Blitzkrieg here with Panzerfaust Infantry versus Luke Praystone's Airborne, a Rifle and Heavy Cavalry with Trouble Infantry. Their double rifle start, MG4 Grenadiers here for Deep Dark Fantasy. Oh. Rifle moving about here and in the west as well. Reaction slowly advance. The carbines clenched tightly in their hands. They're on the lookout for the crowds. Where could they be? Pioneers moving up and quickly checking out through the house for any Yankees or Frenchmen or Belgians. Can't be sure about those Belgians, can you? Anyways, Grenadiers moving up the eastern side. So Deep Dark Fantasy going for a very broad aggressive spread here. The machine gun a bit on its own there, though keeping reasonably close to the Pioneers. Can spot ahead. He might be planning something a bit aggressive for off Luke here in the early game. He's certainly not focusing on the east, but Luke is actually making a bit of a push here with the Riflemen. Also on the lookout for any Germans and possibly Belgians. You never know with those Belgians. Enemies reasons popping into here. Pioneers, Grenadiers moving up in the west. The MG4 moving up here. More Grenadiers on the way there for Deep Dark Fantasy with another Rifle squad on the way there for Luke. Shots being fired, eastern field being short. So, interesting enough, they both seem now almost going for the opposite of what normally happens. South goes east, north goes west, but now it almost seems like north is going east and south is going west. So, little fun bit there. So far, he's not quite going for it hard enough. Second Grenadier squad they're having for Deep Dark Fantasy. Third Rifle squad they're almost done for Luke Praystone. We shall see what doctrine they end up with. I mean, they do have some different advantages and disadvantages. Storm Doctrine give ambush camouflage. Regal Mines who plans for half jets, which can be quite useful in blowing up light vehicles and stopping tanks right in their tracks, though to an extent has less value versus the Americans will quickly fix it, but theoretically even if you can sort of just stop them right in front of the anti-tank guns, they won't be able to critically repair it in time, or they risk you stealing it, I guess. MG4 they're getting a bit into trouble. Luke Praystone simply says so through Deep Dark Fantasy's rules and already anticipate Rifle moving ahead. They're catching the machine gun off guard. Bad development there for Deep Dark Fantasy. Looks like it's all switching eastwards here with the Grenadiers instead, trying to switch around. Anyways, but it does mean that Luke is going to get a bit of a fuel lead here over Deep Dark Fantasy, which is certainly something a bit worrisome, particularly on Crossroads, where any fuel advantage, due to the way the map is divided with extra points, can quickly snowball out of control. Which is certainly a bit extra dangerous, considering the Americans are very much the snowball faction. I mean, no other faction gets free stuff as they take up. So that very much means the American, more than anyone, is actually a faction you do not want to, snowball ahead. So a bit of a dangerous situation here for Deep Dark Fantasy in the few first moments of the game. We can see it's already taking up here, though. It is going to be Lieutenant here. And it is scored here around there for Deep Dark Fantasy in the 288th or 82nd. I'll end a 5 from the Rifle. Grenadiers moving up, and machine gun hanging back, reinforcing Pioneers on standby as well. Finishing up the Rifle, focusing down one squad at a time. Oh, he's getting up close here. He's trying to focus him down now. Might instead get himself into a bit of a nasty situation. Grenadiers might try to hit for the calf point there to try and distract and slow down Luke here a bit. Alongside the 14th Armored Division. Machine gun there being hauled forward there by Deep Dark Fantasy's Grenadiers with the 4th squad arriving. Up north, Pioneers moving ahead here as Luke Praystone's Rifle is shooting out with the Nazis. Grenadiers there slowly dropping down there like sacks of discarded potatoes. So there you go, hitting the calf point there, realising where Luke's right sort of primary effort is. He quickly takes advantage. He's even laying down S-mines. Sneaky and vicious. Oh, he counters it. But otherwise, I kind of like the idea of laying down S-mines very close to your opponent. Could in some cases be quite effective. But in this case, he decides it's not worth it. He might be planning instead like the Telemine to do when they light vehicles up from Luke. We'll see. Either way, though, Luke is certainly getting hit. Then fuel the Deep Dark Fantasy is going to catch it a bit. But even then, he's going to be behind. I mean, Luke just got so much fuel there ahead of Deep Dark Fantasy in the 282nd Infantry Division. 5th caliber there, good to go. That's going to be some issues here as well because he's spreading out aggressively. Of course, he has to seize as much territory as possible. He can't really afford to use play, as he always says, more focused and tightly as you want as the Wehrmacht, because he needs to grab as much as possible, because otherwise he's just going to get steamrolled by light vehicles or even tanks here from Luke. Now the player that's yet to commit to a doctrine, Lieutenant moving up here. Rather there's going to be no grenades up for either side, and there's not even rifle grenades since DeepDarkFantasy is only first taking up now. He doesn't have elite troops, we could at least give him stun grenades, and that way stop the rifle just running straight up to him. Going to be almost got the eastern fuel point, so he's going to be slowly catching up here to Luke, but even then the key word is slowly, and Luke's just keeping pushing in the pedal to the metal. It's going to be down to DeepDarkFantasy, just basically stop him hard, rob him any momentum, and then trying to make use of that time to push ahead here. And of course that's kind of the trick. The Americans are really good at just building up momentum again. They're very much a snowball faction. Anti-aircraft tucked away there for Luke Price, some rifling repulsed here by the Grenadiers. Got light machines away there, very good to get that as soon as possible versus the rifleman. He wants any edge versus them in that regard. A fast light machine gun can be quite helpful there, and just slowly bleeding ahead there. You can also go for G-footed foods, which are cheaper. You can get more of them faster. That can also get you hit there, but any sort of slight incremental edge you can get there, you usually want as the Wehrmacht or any other faction versus the Americans. Well, that's the Wehrmacht, that's the Oberkommando Commander, it's not that, Welcome, you have unlocked the third secret factions, the Hungarians. What about the Italians? I mean, technically, the Hungarians probably put up a better fight than the Italians, but that's another story. And of course, they wouldn't have fought against the Americans. Technically, well, kind of they actually moved some Hungarian infantry divisions towards the Western Front, so theoretically they could actually be there. Theoretically. Anyways, guns being assaulted the riflery echelons, machine gun there covering the centre, need to fall back. Here we got the anti-aircraft tactic out there for Luke Praystone, a moving weapons platform of death, destruction, and democracy. The 3 Ds that underpin all American efforts. Lieutenant anti-aircraft moving down the centre machine gun there, ready to somewhat receive, but lacking the incendiary piercing rounds really doesn't anything to the sword seriously then punch holes in it. But there you go, like to make a nice cover. We could consider 2-2 versus the half-track. You could go for a bunch of packs. And of course there's the option of half-track and then regal mines. That'd be sort of the fun version. Tricky, but very rewarding, can pull it off. And of course just psychologically you're so much more devastating. Like when you suddenly find out your stuff can't move and you realise you just got regaled. Also the name of a hit German comedy show in the 1960s. You just got regaled. In the east, we got Rifle 50 caliber standing about here. Grenadiers being pushed back. Mortar handing about here. Providing a bit of further artillery support here for DeepDarkFantasy. Aiming there for combined arms suite. And of course something to sort of help deal with the 50 caliber machine gun. Also was kidding about the you just got regaled show. Just in case someone tries to Google it, it didn't exist. Would have been amazing, but I'm pretty sure we've gotten into trouble with someone at some point. When some unfortunate tourists suddenly find themselves, blown half the car apart, and just, like, Germans jumping out, haha, Überraschung, and just like, oh no, not again. Mortar though blasting away, they try and take out that 50 caliber. He could also just smoke and try and ratchet, but he doesn't have a lot of assault infantry. You should probably go for some Pentagoners then, or at least some other bits there. But there you go, 50 caliber stopping the Grenadiers for the light machine, his only light machine gun team as well there. Dangerous in again, we can see Luke there keeping up fuel control, pushing ahead of DeepDarkFantasy. They're not so much at the moment, but can quickly again build ahead. And there we go, we got the BARs up there for Luke Praystone. Ambulance out as well. Bunker up there for DeepDarkFantasy. Rifleman standing about. Grenadiers creeping up, Pioneer sector creeping up there. You could consider S-mines, or you could consider telemines. Either way, I do think some mines would have beneficial properties for the Germans, less so for the Americans. But we got the 2-2 here, so we're going to try and use that to stop the anti-aircraft traffic. Usually in that situation you want 2, which is still going to be a risky investment. It can still get stopped, but it usually has the best chance of then stopping the half-track. Of course, we then get to that both 2-2s alive. You can then really put some precision pressure on Luke's infantry with the double 2-2s. So of course, it is quite an investment. But there you go, Pioneers hold here by the anti-aircraft half-track. Down here, point secured. Mortar machine gun here. In the west, we got the Grenadiers versus the Lieutenant. We got some mines here attempted by Luke. Light anti-vehicle mines. Great stuff. Very underestimated, but can be really useful in just, ruining a German player's stay. If you get a bunch of them down, you can theoretically do some reasonable damage to any German tank. As it only slows them down, so they can just quickly move into the next series of marches up with a bit if not careful. We've got the 2-2 in action. Lieutenant being shot to bits here. As some support has been provided here for the 282nd Infantry Division. Most divisions did not have access to armoured cars. A few did at the very beginning of the war, but that was quickly removed. They had to rely on, their Fusiliers to do that part. So a little fun fact there. 50 caliber round moving up here in the east. Kind of the east left to defend. Not quite able to do that very well. He's going to have to move in to deal with that. But of course, at the same time, he's preoccupied with Luke in the west. So Luke here making a double push, using 2 heavy weapons platforms to make it much harder for DeepDarkFan to defend. He's going to have to mortar that machine gun. Okay, it's the 2 over the fast to deal with it. So this is all moving about. They almost lost the hit to the mortar. Very good work there by DeepDarkFantasy's gone out in Alpha. Well, obviously he goes for another 2-2. Goes for the half-tech Regal combo. He goes for the double 2-2-2s. Aggressive, bold, mobile. Mortar on the way there for Luke Praystone. Und die amerikanische 14th Armored Division have to bring about. No, he cancelled for Pak 40 here, perhaps deciding he doesn't actually feel so comfortable going for double 2-2. See, there's an American player's actually kind of far ahead of him, and rather just goes for the safer Pak 40 option in case of tanks, because 2 2-2s do not do very well there, and he might not be wanting actually to go for mobile defense. Though he has it, it's could be more, you know, sort of a backup option, not necessarily something he wants to go willingly into. As for some players, it can end up in a vicious circle, just keep calling in Pumas, but at a certain point, the Pumas just stop being quite effective. So that could very well be what he's trying to avoid here. Rifle Lieutenant there being caught in crossroads between Grenadiers, and the 2-2 Pioneers also joining in for a bit of fun. And there you go, half-tech flying through the hedgerows, taking out DeepDarkFantasy 2-2. Great work there by Luke. Bad news there for DeepDarkFantasy, leaving now with just the Pak 40 here, the Panzer Abwehrkanone 40. Up here, Grenadiers versus Rifle, BARs versus, well, nothing. Quick retreat there from DeepDarkFantasy, realising the situation quickly getting out of hand. And the Pak 40 are being hauled forwards. The Pak 40 had a little fun design element where, unlike most other anti-tank guns, it would make use of 2 thinner sheets of metal, sort of slowly, slightly overlapping just with the space between them, which actually was quite effective in a lot of ways, stopping stuff, but actually made sure it could be much lighter, whereas most other anti-tank guns just had a big slab of metal. Of course, it wasn't really big either, so it didn't necessarily cover the crew quite as well. And details. Either way, it did make it a little lighter, and that made it one of the few large anti-tank guns like that could actually move about with the infantry that was still pretty heavy. Rather than being reports, Grenadiers being suppressed here. Fuel point on these being used once more. We can see that the push for the carve point, I think, is drawing Luke Praystone's attention in, which might be exactly what the DeepDarkFantasy was, well, fantasizing about. Trying to take on the 5th caliber here with light machine guns. Bit risky to get the gunner. It can work out, but the problem is it gets suppressed, of course. It's going to be less effective. Mortar firing down there from Luke. We got the major out, and DeepDarkFantasy is yet to take up. So a bit of a stick situation there. Rifle flying up behind, punishing DeepDarkFantasy for going all in on the 50 caliber there. Back here, no take up there for the German army for the 282nd Infantry Division. Grenadiers doing what they can there. Oh, he got the 50 caliber. If he can grab that, that'd be great for him. As that'd be a great tool here to sort of stop Luke's infantry, but also useful as the anti-aircraft half-track. So a lot of utility can grab that, but sadly the half-track arrives just in time. He doesn't have enough forces to sort of really push through there. Victory points wise, DeepDarkFantasy actually had a small lead over Luke here, though Luke is clearly intent on plugging that one. Take up there, fine happening for DeepDarkFantasy with him, and then he's going to be behind. Luke Bauer has gone for a Rifle Company, meaning EC8s. A premium medium tank, which is going to be quite a problem there for DeepDarkFantasy's Panzer Force to deal with. So we're likely to have to go for a couple of Stoops to deal with that cost efficiently, because the EC8 has more health, more armor, and more penetration, meaning overall Panzer Force versus EC8 engagement is very much favoured for the EC8, and it's not that much more expensive than the Panzer Force either. So double Stooks I think is going to be the better choice here for DeepDarkFantasy. Doctrine though would also think be an excellent choice here. Going to these Pioneers as the Rifle half track moving in. Pak 40 machining gun moving up. There we go. Hits the shrubbery instead. Apparently a quite absorbent shrubbery, also known as the Panzer shrubbery. Going to use them as the re-echelons inside the house. Finding the bazookas aren't quite as useful as a lot of angry Germans with a lot of light machine guns, and the heavy one. Technically it's a medium machine gun, but the Germans designated it a heavy machine gun, so we call it that. But technically, by modern standards, that would be a medium machine gun. Heavy machine guns usually fire much heavier caliber. Technically, the Germans used the 2cm flak from that, in particular in the later in the war. That was very much what was used there, so little fun detail there. After they eventually 250 caliber there, could defend the fuel pump, but is forced away, and we got the first easy out here, the first tank rolling off the, well, depot. Not really any factories for Germans on the Western Front. They're all in Detroit or elsewhere. But there you go, Sapoma co-op, there you can follow up with a Panzer IV faster again versus EC8. You really benefit from Stugs with their range, penetration and rate of fire advantage over the EC8s. Plus cost wise they also do a lot better. We'll see what ends up. Major Assault's been turned into a bazooka team. God damn it, I didn't become a major, didn't fight for all of that bureaucracy. It's just to become another bazooka guy. I'm a major, damn it. I'm supposed to be a big deal.
The enemy is overrunning one of our capture points. The Germans just cut off our
And there you go, first EC8 Sherman arriving here. 50 caliber being mounted on top as well for extra fun. Grenadiers falling back. Rifleman, Lieutenant moving up. The Grenadiers not upgraded. In fact, that's the only unupgraded light machine Grenadier squad DeepDarkFantasy has. And he's right there with Luke Preston pushing. And then we got the tank backing up the push as well here. DeepDarkFantasy was caught unawares. Going for the Panzer IV there. Not really, again, what I recommend versus the EC8. There you go, Luke also showing he of course is quite good at handling the smoke, which is also pretty cheap, fast and effective. Canadians versus Rifleman. Big push in with Dog Ponies with flamethrowers. He really wants to burn through those Yankees. DeepDarkFantasy of course displaying the true proper German attitude. 50 caliber the biggest shootout, but the Grenadiers light machine gun mortar is retreating. Pak Fronts nearby. DeepDarkFantasy trying to push back against Luke as much as possible, but Luke is certainly not making it easy. For good reason. There's also guys mortar out there now by half eight of actually 5 kills. Good work there. DeepDarkFantasy on then has only got 2 kills and there's half eight of it, so he's not been having too much luck there with his own Granatenwerfer. There you go, Panzer IV out there for DeepDarkFantasy and the German army. Deep Panzerwaffe, and there you go, mortar lands an excruciatingly good hit, tearing out some of the crew members there from inside. DeepDarkFantasy continues not to use a doctrine, which certainly might indicate Blitzkrieg doctrine with Stuka close air support. I mean, at this stage, Storm doctrine seems unlikely. I mean, I don't think you can go for it at this stage, for example, the Regals. And mobile defense also seems less likely. Normally, you choose around the 5 command points to get Puma, so Blitzkrieg is starting to look like the more likely thing here for DeepDarkFantasy. Mortar running away, got the Panzer moving up, Grenadiers moving up as well. Here in the east, we got Germans slowly approaching, light machine guns ready to riddle those Americans with bullets. After they're blasting in, Panzer doing the camp, got the super teams, they're pushing it back, and close getting the mortar, can steal it. Actually be helpful here for DeepDarkFantasy. We'll put some pressure there on Luke. Brav Notes clipping right on light machine approach on retreat. Yes, yes! Double wipe here for Luke. DeepDarkFantasy against Luke Praystone, a small victory for the German army. Quite a loss there for Luke. Rifleman and a mortar at this stage is going to be a bit tricky to replace. It does have the resources, but it wouldn't mean he can't quickly push for another tank, which could then maybe allow DeepDarkFantasy to gain the armor advantage. So there's a few considerations, and there goes for the regular Sherman actually. Perhaps feeling the pressure of the loss of the 2 units, he just quickly goes for every tank that can sort of, fill the gap in his heart left by that Rifleman and a mortar squad. Luke, of course, being full of love for all of his men. But he's also quick to, find replacements. There you go, Stug filling up there for DeepDarkFantasy. Need to go for the Panzer IV, not put him. There you go, EC8 got a nice flank in on it. Pak 40 shoots, either failed to penetrate, missed, didn't quite spot that. And we go another hit. Pak 40 moving up there, a bit risky. Need to go for the Panzer IV. He could risk it close to the EC8. Oh, Panzer IV down, quite a blow there to DeepDarkFantasy. Does mean now that Luke is going to have the arm advantage, and the Stug is going to be a bit on his own, which is definitely going to necessitate another Stug as fast as possible. Though, either way, if you get one Stug, you usually want another Stug to back it up. By the way, double mortars will provide here DeepDarkFantasy with his artillery support here. It's going to make it a bit harder for Luke to just dig in. And also just increase his chance of just a few stray shots, getting some good damage. Plus, of course, all these light machine guns does mean the longer fight here as well. As long as Luke doesn't get too close, the gun should also have an advantage. Alongside the mortars, I mean, they just mean really here that Deep Dark Fantasy's got, in most cases, the range advantage. There we go, bar dropped. Shem moving up the eastern side. Stu moving up, need to be careful. Need not be careful about exposing his flanks. Fifth cover there being shredded by lots of light machine gun fire. Shoot, Otto, shoot! Everything you got! Don't think about the accuracy. The Americans are so fat you don't need to aim anyways. Made you there wiped down. Actually, Luke here begins to suffer some heavy losses as Deep Dark Fantasy strikes back viciously for Deutschland. The 22nd there finding its footing. By 1944-45, any German infantry division rank had some Stugs attached to it, by the way. Fun fact. There were part of some reforms there where the tank destroyer companies were technically supposed to have headsers, but they could also get Stugs if no headsers were available. It's a little fun fact there. Sean moving up there, high explosive rounds. He's clearly not worried about the Stugs. Having grabbed the fifth card, they'll be great in there. Go looks like something else got wiped, sounds of it. Generally, though, the Stugs in the tank destroyer company was basically meant to be supported by a sort of veteran infantry squad with preferably assault rifles attached to them, according to the instructions of Guderian. It's a little fun fact there. And in fact, the sort of larger Stug brigades, which are sort of more independent, sort of large formations with Stugs and Stu 42s, generally had their own infantry escort battalions which were equipped with assault rifles. So it's sort of probably to an extent where he got it from. It's a little fun detail there. Bunkers up here. Deep Dark Fantasy, clearly I think trying to plan sort of a defense in depth here versus Luke Praystone, because Luke is certainly being aggressive in a more deep defense. It's going to be hard for Luke to just sort of waltz through, which is probably what Deep Dark Fantasy is aiming for. Yup. Note there, machine gun carrying at the victory point, and then a bunker carrying at the machine gun, so that way into the machine gun. The first foot line falls, can't just easily just waltz through. Flares up. Good lord, he's actually using flares. And there you go, we got a deep flank here though. Deep flank. Cheeky Luke. No, mines carry up the flank. There you go, gets behind, hits the mortar for the anti-aircraft. After good work, moving up. There we go, mine carrying that flank. Great work there by Deep Dark Fantasy. Pak Fronts over there, half tech. Oh, taking hits. Stu needs to deal with that. But he's trying to focus in from the easy hit, which sends up bait, allowing the half track to get away there. Oh, bad luck for Deep Dark Fantasy. In his eagerness, he ended up getting neither. Now he needs to cover the stream. There you go, shoots, misses the. Oh, dear half track. There you go, takes lots of shots. Smoke going down. And Stu with the damaged engine. Oh no, he got too eager. He got too eager. Scheiße. And the Stu goes down without getting anything in the end. Oh dear. Deep Dark Fantasy, I think, got just a bit excited there, and Luke saw an opportunity to just punish him, spanking him like a naughty child. Well played there by Luke, turning a bad situation into a chance to destroy a German Sturmgeschütz. Well played. Well played. We turn around here as the Grenadiers, light machines firing way up here north, troops in reinforcing, Panzer IV on the way there for Deep Dark Fantasy. So it's back to the Panzer IV route, indicating he's possibly less focused on dealing with the army. He might just still try and fight against it, but he probably wants to focus more on the infantry. And I mean, if you can remove the infantry, the Americans become much weaker, so I mean, that is a sort of strategic option there for Deep Dark Fantasy. Personally, I just keep pushing Stugs and try to deal with the armour, but Luke is, or Deep Dark Fantasy, I mean, he's clearly trying to focus just throttling Luke Praystone's infantry, bleeding him dry. So an interesting choice there, an interesting strategic decision. Not necessarily a bad one at all. In fact, it could be a good one. In fact, it could even be the right one. Rather than me again would go for Stugs. So of course, going for Stugs is never wrong. Ever. Even if it's not the most optimal, it's never wrong to go for Stugs. Ever. Luke is setting up perhaps for another assault. This case, there might be a slight flaw in the plan. He's, yeah, we got fresh telemines down there. Realising one went off, he's laid down fresh ones. Great work there, though. There we go, Pak Fronts about to get it out. One hit, Smokes needs to pop here. Yeah, good work there, but Deep Dark Fantasy realised, of course, the usual one, which is, of course, lightning does strike twice. So in this case, idiots hit the same mine twice. There we go. Sherman, idiot and idiot, but you know, you get the deal. Fools. People aren't too cautious. 50 Cavalry Pioneers, they're being rushed here, but the Americans could be seized it back here by Luke. EC8 there, though. Bit dinged up. 50 Cavalry armed out here by Luke. Victory upon Wise. DeepDarkFantasy actually remain control here over Luke. Good work there. 50 Cavalry crew. We got White Fox called in all the mortars and the infantry. Good work there, but Luke screens up his retreat there. But he does leave the fight exposed to the EC8, though in this case Luke does not try and make anything out of it. Probably also for the best. But he could have tried something there, maybe, you know, gotten a few extra kills, following up with another EC8. No more regular Shermans for Luke. Just the finest, most premium of Shermans. And back here, Pioneers hard at work at the Panzer IV, even with some of them seemingly coughing up their lungs. Hey, you're not supposed to be penning satellite. Oh, scheiße, it's your blood. Yeah, sorry. It's just this white phosphorus. It's not good for me. Yeah, I can't believe those Americans using chemical warfare. How inhumane and despicable. We Germans would never do something like that. Panzer moving out here, ramping push back, and these back in the map. EC8 almost done there. Rather than being blasted here by the Panzer IV, backed up all these grenadiers with the light machine guns. EC8 number 2 out. Back here we got the Panzer up at Cannon Field, so arriving there, troops in reinforcing. Nothing going on there for DeepDarkFantasy, otherwise in armour. Will he be going for another Stug? Will he go for the Panzer IV? When will he go for a Doctrine, actually? I mean, we're beyond the 20-minute mark, so I mean, at this stage, there's not really any advantage anyways to hiding it anyway, so it's like, get to it. But if you like machine gun, of course, proving to be quite useful, in particular with the machine gun. There we go. Panzer IV, that is. Takes out the 5th caliber. Luke is then beginning to hurt then. What is this? We got a base assault with his veteran 2 Sherman. He's going to go for the medic bunker, looks like it. That could be a blow there. Of course, also create insecurity within DeepDarkFantasy's mind. Is he going to conduct more base raids? Will he have to defend around here? I mean, that's certainly a good move here by Luke, if sort of makes full advantage of it, though. If he doesn't, then I don't know. He looks like he's keeping the other Sherman into base. I'm sure the first one can get out of there. Things, you know, get dicey, and they are. In fact, we got a second Pak 40 out here for DeepDarkFantasy. And the 282nd Infantry. We still need to fall back here. Smokescreen should probably be laid out to allow the first Sherman to escape, and there go, falls back. Wasn't able to do a lot of damage here, but in the end he did do some. And again, just create some sort of sense of unease. No, he goes for it again. He goes for it again. Luke just can't help himself. Just keeps punching DeepDarkFantasy, then his exposed underbelly. Like some sort of compulsive sadist. And just about to finish machine gun mode off, he didn't switch his over to the Supremo Corps. I have no idea what Luke is doing there. I mean, if you take that, he could actually begin sneaking infantry inside to, you know, DeepDarkFantasy space, moving a lot of bazookas to begin blasting away, except he's lost all of his bazooka teams. Smoking down there, very good. Gonna leave me up as expressed here. And we got the machine gun bunker here, covering up the machine gun, which covers the flank of the machine gun bunker. Good defense there, strong defense. I mean, just go for a Doctrine. Panzer IV's going to get repairs. Half check thing about. And we got an Osman there for DeepDarkFantasy. I think he'd rid off with another Panzer IV here, Stugs. Or, I guess he would go for a mount tank. My apologies for the hiccups, also while I remember it. My apologies for yesterday's episode. Poor quality there. Basically, YouTube occasionally decides this is going to be only in 360p. If you try to re-upload it, it's just going to stay the same. I'm guessing it's some sort of algorithmic screw up because YouTube loves those and of course doesn't love correcting them. So basically, I got fudged over there. Not much you can do about it. So my apologies there, by the way. After almost taking down the Gunnism against Lieutenant, pushing them back violently so. And for 4 kills. Back here, nothing going. Got the telemines up here to cover the base entrance. So again, this could possibly be part of Luke's plan, just trying to, you know, force some mines up here, spending resources here. So he might never come there again. But if he just forced him to spend a lot of munitions there, I mean, it could basically be munitions that are not going to be laid in the path of Luke's tanks. Also, fresh mines there, mines there. Good work there, planning ahead. And we got the 1st Panzerwagen out here. More support here from the 21st Panzer Division. Sending in the 3rd Panzer Company to provide support. Panzer versus the EC8. Might have pushed it too far here. That's not a good move there, but DeepDarkFantasy. Oh, he's going to lose another tank here. DeepDarkFantasy by going for a third Pak 40. My God. Triple packs. Smokescreen down, needs to cover against any packs there. Very good planning ahead there. As he tries to finish off DeepDarkFantasy plans of what we got there. These hit moving in. He's got nearby to provide support as well, I guess. Pak 40 moving in there. Go easy, pulling through. Smokescreen down the Pak 40s. Oh, goodness gracious. A vicious armored assault here, but Luke not into support. And there you go. Gets the Panzer IV. Pak's trying to shoot. No, they just can't easily hit there. Situation suddenly looking a bit dangerous here for DeepDarkFantasy. They got rifle flank up. Of course, still got the machine gun bunker, except it's smoked up. You can't see either. Show moving ahead here. Pak 40's there being overwhelmed with the rifle. No grenades, so we can quickly flush it out. And we got white phosphorus down here. Pak 40's pushing through the packs. Oh dear. Might have pushed one too far ahead there. Oh! Oh! And he hits the telemine. Third telemine in that exact spot he sets off. Luke might want to go for some reasons with minesweepers at this stage. Got some brutal fighting here between these two players. Back here healing enforcement. Now you see on the way, half to move back. 19 kills by the way. Got the Scott bombarding. Probably going to try and take out that bunker. Remove that hard point there. Propping up the DeepDarkFantasy's front line. And there you go, half tank does the finishing bits here. Panzer IV being repaired. Will he go for another one or will he go for a Stug again? Whatever shall DeepDarkFantasy commit to here. And there you go, more smoke off here. This time from the Scott, and no, it is free. Infantry moving up there. Both two of the Pak 40s, well, they have really low on health. They need to get back for some healing. Otherwise, they're just going to get sneezed at and the entire crew will fall over dead. As if they just caught the Spanish flu. Air recon's out here from DeepDarkFantasy. Again, idea there of where Luke is doing stuff and what he might be up to. Good move there. Also gives him time to get his stuff healed up and maybe, you know, get them packs into a better position. That way resist any armored attacks from Luke Greystone. But technically it seems like he's in here for the Pak Front, which was basically a German tactic that involved lots of anti-tank guns being subordinated to one particular commander. And then that way, you know, setting up for sort of making a impactful as first strike as possible, so that way minimize incoming fire. It would be a strategy by the way the Soviets would copy off the Germans. Or tactic. So a little fun fact there. A little fun fact. Ooh, shot bounced off these, hit the same the rifleman. There you go, got the Pak 40 opening up there. More telemines down here. Lots of telemines from DeepDarkFantasy. He definitely realises they're probably one of his best assets here. There's a Luke Greystone. Good thinking there. Sharp thinking. More smoke's off there. Of course, Luke Greystone realises smoke is one of his best assets. Versus DeepDarkFantasy. There we go. He's being crushed down, flanking up to the ace. Is going for it. Other Pak 40s are covering up. Oh, he could hit the telemine. He could hit the telemine. And, oh, he does hit. The ace is down. The ace is down. He might be Brad Pitt, but he's nothing against the telemine. Troops moving up the eastern side here, lots of rifle hitting the fuel point, hitting the victory point. Going to do something with the candle light machine guns, spreading death against the gun rifleman there. The storm of bullets just flying across. He is zipping past the timber yard. Mortar fire rolling down. That's definitely going to turn the advanced engagement into the favour of DeepDarkFantasy with double mortars. Well, one mortar so far. I think the other one's a bit further removed. Half time moving up. Artillery fire. Then the gun is close to wiping up with the Scott. Good work there by Luke. Nasty work by Luke. And there you go. Poor Jurgen splattered out. There you go, Pak 40's creeping up here. Bird move, but DeepDarkFantasy really wants that Scott dead, and certainly there's some players who are not big fans of it. And there you go, triple packs. More smoke down, no additional arm here for Luke, though he can soon go for another EC8. Back here, troops healing enforcing, another Panzer IV almost done. Need to reposition that machine and give it. Goes for regular Sherman here. Seems like Luke is starting to feel a bit the economic crunch here and has to sort of go for the more budgeted down version. Machine gun there approaching veteran 3 very slowly. Got the gunneries, the Panther 4 sending out. Pin machine gun as well there for the Panzerkampfwagen 4. Command tank also sitting a bit about there with his low velocity cannon. Catching the half-track, good hit there with its 75mm low velocity cannon, which was actually what the original Panzer force were equipped with before they of course got upgraded to longer barrel versions for better penetration. Initially the Panzer IV was just meant to work as an infantry support tank to blast away infantry and support weapons and the likes there. Some of these Pak 4s backing up, there you see it taking heavy damage here from all the Pak 40s. I mean again we're talking 3 Pak 40s, that is a lot of anti-tank firing. You usually do not see that, but in those rare situations go for it because it does also mean a lot of damage to protect it. I mean it can really just deal some heavy damage to the tanks. Of course if he ever loses them, he's going to quickly fall apart because then technically Luke can just grab them and turn them against him. There you go, more EC8s, got White Phosphorus out. Good to another wipe here, that definitely a big win here for DeepDarkFantasy. Close but no cigar. Might he be lucky the second time around? Or nope. Gets away as well. Seems like Luke prays when he has the Devil's Own luck. Panther passing the anti-aircraft half-tech. Panther 4 command tank going up. 6 kills for Deutschland. Mortar fire raining down. We got these seats there, more or less good to go. Back here, Panther 4 being fixed up. Victory point wise, DeepDarkFantasy still remains in the lead here over Luke Prayson, which is quite impressive. Back here, Paxton needs of healing. One ropes we could do with some reinforcement. He could consider a half tank maybe, we just pull him back. There's also the option maybe of a command bunker, that'd be a sort of rare move. He said they're going for the command tank slowly, very slowly approaching Red Team 2. If we can get that, that'd be great for him. Also, it's not, there's nothing happening there, but with all the EC8s and of course the Scott, I can understand why he might be less keen on just sneaking up some troops there because the tanks can very quickly hit down hard on it and wipe it up before DeepDarkFantasy might have a chance to retreat. I mean, the American tanks are very good at wiping retreating units with a bit of luck. Pioneer still on the way for DeepDarkFantasy up with repairs. Engine choice here could also go for Panzergrenadiers, and we got more air reconnaissance. He's really keen on just trying to keep, an idea where Luke's forces are, so at least that way, try and move ahead of him, and that way, just fight the engagements more favourably. So good job there by DeepDarkFantasy. We got already one hero, Pak 40 here, veteran 3, high rate of fire, high penetration, but the rest of these 8s is not going to matter much. Though of course, better to have the full chance, no small chance of things going slightly awry. Command tank here in the east versus the infantry. And there you go again, making use of the air recon to actually make an informed push here. Really great stuff there for DeepDarkFantasy. Great tactical grasp here. And there you go, you see he's making a really big push here with all the packs and the Panther 4. Going for the car pony, going for the jugular. Probably wouldn't have done that without the air recon, well, maybe had, but he wouldn't be able to do it so confidently. So really great stuff there. Great use of reconnaissance overflight. Really just top-notch work there. Wasn't able to do some serious damage, and then he's able to push back the frontage here. Maybe just kill some other territories. It was really great work there by DeepDarkFantasy. Tactically very sound stuff. Machine gun there could do some reinforcements, maybe some healing. But with Luke pushed back to the base and actually seizing territory on the west here. But really great comeback here from DeepDarkFantasy. Also we got lots of stuff just sort of flying above there. Jürgen, get away from that thing. We don't know what it might do. It could be one of those Belgians. Yeah, I've heard terrible things about them. They have fangs. They hop around. 9 sets killer rapids. Oh, never mind then. Easy here as the Grenadiers. Close being wiped out. Wiped quite a bit of loss there for DeepDarkFantasy. Down just 2 infantry score. There was an opponent with 4. Definitely should replace those, in my opinion. Flares up again from Luke. Really nice stuff there. He's also making use of reconnaissance here. Great use then again of both players actually actively reconnoitering the front line and their opponent's movements to gain as much information for a more successful attack. Thumbs up. Bunker up here for DeepDarkFantasy. A bit further behind. Could be planning a machine gun bunker. Could it be a command bunker? Theoretically, supposed to be another medic bunker close to the front line. Rifling under fire from the mortar and the Befehlspanzerwagen, even the veteran free machine gun gewehr. Another Panther they're almost done, meaning Deep Dark Fantasy going to have some sort of armor equity. Actually, yeah, armor equity there with Luke Praester. Rather than close being snuffed out by the centre victory point. More flares off. Hitting the eastern fuel. Panther 4, they're ready for Deep Dark Fantasy. Rather than getting blasted. Panther 4, they're very, very close to T2, and there you go, round push back. Almost right by the mortar. Troll kills, 5 kills there. And there you go, wrapping repulsive by the 2 Panther 4s. And another EC8 out here for Luke Praester. We could see a larger armor engaging this soon enough. Nothing is impossible here. Nothing is impossible. Deep Dark Fantasy full pop cap. Luke isn't quite there, though he is close. He might just be able to sort of knock a few pops off there. Deep Dark Fantasy there, but there you go. Straight into the Pak Front. He's smoke going down there, finding out in the smoke now, in the fog, if you will. Betty 2 there. EC8 down, EC8 down. Almost got it, but can't quite land. There you go. Panther Faust is caught here. Oh dear. Ach, 9. My god, that shell's going to go down faster than an Italian in North Africa. Completely ripped apart there by the heavy Pak Front. Quite a devastating series of losses there for Luke Praester. He had 3 tanks, and he actually went down to 2 in a matter of moments there. Underestimating the power of the Pak Front, and also clearly Deep Dark Fantasy just forced coherence at this stage. Like, he's been able to stabilise the front so sufficiently that just he can't easily get away with attacks that worked much early in the fight. So great work there for Deep Dark Fantasy. Might lose to Panther 4, but at this stage, oh dear, he just managed to bait out the tank man from the Pak Front. Oh dear, gets the Panther 4, but that is still a fully operational Pak Front there with almost 3 veterancy, 3 Pak 40s. That is a lot of anti-tank firepower. And we do got a command banker up here for Deep Dark Fantasy as well. Befehlsstande. Rappen standing about here. Command tank then getting the Rappen, oh, Lieutenant in this case, close to 2. There we go. Lieutenant here trying to dodge the shots as the rest of the squad just sort of moves ahead. Don't worry, Lieutenant, we'll keep moving. Oh, never mind, they got Lieutenant. Guess we can just go. Command team going for the rifle. Panther 4 backing up. Pioneers bring up the centre as well here. Rather than getting blasted there, shot into bits. Does he actually mine the area around teams? Nothing, never mind the right flank with turtle mines. Turn indicate. Oh, well, there's some mines there actually, never mind. So at this stage, you don't see Luke necessarily win this unless, like, Deep Dark Fantasy does something very silly or Luke pulls off some really brilliant move. In this regard, Deep Dark Fantasy now just too much strong with combined arms suite with lots of packs, machine guns, mortars, armor, command bunkers and infantry. Compared to Luke, doesn't quite have the same, shall we say, flexibility. And certainly can't quite respond with the same volume of fire. There we go, almost got the EC8, almost got it. Command 10, they almost got the Scott, and oh, finally EC8 is down. Hey Jürgen, yeah, I can see what he calls these tanks EC8s. Yeah, says so easy you could take down 8 of them. Ah, oh, you're so funny. Anyways, game over. A loss here for the Americans. A brutal fight here. Really close at times for Luke to pull through, but at the same time, he suffered a bit, I think, here from tunnel vision. Partly also, he just kept neglecting that mine and never went for minesweepers despite his opponent really being good with mines. I think that was a grave tactical mistake there. Really gave Deep Dark Fantasy more time to set up, but also he just never really made any big pushes through the right flank. We could also consider just taking the base for more force when he did. So there's like, I think Luke just had a lot of options, but just narrowed them down to just exclude a lot of other good options, just focus on the centre, and then they were really, prepared to sort of, deal with the mines, and that was really, I think, there would have slowly allowed deep dark fantasy around there, plus just the extreme low handling there of the Pak Front was also, I think, crucial there. Completely demolished the tank so fast that Luke didn't have much time to prepare, and he just never say went for more mortar that way. He stayed on something, bigger preparation or something else there. Also, I think grenades would have been great there. But either way, a really spectacular fight there. Great use, by the way, though, of reconnaissance ability from both sides, and some good maneuvering, and of course, just some really splendid fighting. So I hope you enjoyed this match. I hope you learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment on it. If you like what we do, you can donate or pledge on Patreon. Links are in the video description. So do consider supporting, allowing me to keep doing this glorious work, providing you with the entertainment that no one else can. This is Imperial Links and cheers. Thank you for watching. You're all a wonderful audience. Hope to see you all tomorrow again for another amazing episode. Bye.